Hello, welcome to 10 Minute Tabletop. I'm Devin, and here are the biggest stories from tabletop gaming the past week in 10 minutes or less is normally what I would say, but this week I'm bringing you something new, something I like to call shallow dives. Instead of going into a deep dive of something, I'm going to keep it shallow, and we're only going to spend 10 minutes talking about a specific topic I think you should know regarding the tabletop RPG industry. This week, we're going to talk about all the upcoming video games based off of tabletop role-playing games. It's no secret that video games are incredibly popular. They make more money than music, movies, TV combined. Maybe it's just music and movies. It's insane. They make so much money. Just billions upon billions of dollars. Video games are huge. And we're seeing a number of tabletop RPGs getting the video game treatment. Now first, we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons. And one of the reasons why we're talking about this is because Bloomberg had a conversation with Hasbro CEO Chris Cox this past week, and he leaked that they are working on another D&D video game with a first-party studio. Now, no details have come out around this new D&D game, but there is a bunch of other D&D video games that are in the works. Now, Gameloft is known for Disney Dreamlight Valley, and in March 2024, they announced they're working on a D&D survival-style game. Now, this game has survival components, RPG components, and open world. It feels like it has maybe Moonlighter vibes or Valheim vibes, where you are building maybe a headquarters, or maybe you're creating magical components off of the monsters you slay, but it's all set in the Forgotten Realms. Valheim was incredibly popular when it came out. Rust, Ark, these games have big followings. I'd expect there'd be a lot of people who'd be excited to play some sort of simulation game in the Forgotten Realms. Invoke Studios is also developing a AAA rated D&D game. Now, Invoke Studios, there's almost no details out about this game. The only thing we do know is it's supposed to be an open world D&D game. Now, Invoke Studios actually went under a different name earlier. It was 2K Games, T-U-Q-U-E. That was the studio that made Dark Alliance, the game that came out in 2021, which was not considered a critical success. Because Invoke Studios is working on us, I wouldn't expect maybe this being a turn-based game. I'd expect this to be more a hack and slash, something very similar to Dark Alliance, and potentially multiplayer. Now, Shadow of Mordor, I would expect it probably be a game like that, except with a multiplayer component, because having worked on Dark Alliance, they had that multiplayer component. I'd assume a lot of the development team isn't going to stray too far from what they know. Of course, it's just me guessing. But when we see studios really kind of pivot from what they know, we get things like the Suicide Squad video game. The third video game that's in the works for D&D is the one by Hidden Path Entertainment. Now, what's interesting about this is there was some announcements, I believe in 2022, that a bunch of games were being canceled. And the Hasbro PR had actually listed that Hidden Path's game was being canceled, which Hidden Path had to go online and say, actually, it's not being canceled. We're still working on it, and we're really excited. Also, we're hiring. I've checked since, Hidden Path isn't actually hiring, and none of these studios responded to comment. But Hidden Path is also working on an open world AAA rated game. The only other details we have is it's supposed to be third person. And this was announced back in March 2021. And the last game we know about that's coming up for Dungeons & Dragons is by Starbreeze Entertainment. Starbreeze Entertainment is most known for the Payday series, so we're kind of expecting this game to be heavily focused on multiplayer. We're making these assumptions based off of the work that these studios have done previously. So my guess is this game would have something with like heist components, a lot of multiplayer features, likely couch co-op, and a variety of different combat for barbarians who want to rush in and just cause some damage, and of course rogues who want to sneak around and take enemies out one by one. Hey, I'm going to interrupt this episode with a sponsor. The sponsor this week is us. We're the sponsor. I'm here to tell you, if there's a dungeon master in your life, a game master in your life, a D&D player in your life, this is what they need for Christmas. This is the Total Party Chill Player's Mat. It's now available in the 2024 rules as well as the 2014 rules. It has everything you need. It has combat stuff. It has spell stuff. It has conditions. It has movement. It has all the things you need, and it's made out of mousepad material. You can just set it right at your desk. If you're playing in person, you can roll it out, or you can put it in front of your computer if you're playing remotely. This is literally one of the best things you can have if you're playing D&D, and especially if you're brand new to it. This is incredibly helpful. This is a great gift for someone who's brand new, or maybe someone wants to start DMing for the first time. I recommend getting this. It's an absolutely amazing product. I love it so much. It works with your mouse. It's easy to clean. It tells you what you can do in combat. Even has exhaustion rules. This has everything. All right, so go to our website, totalpartychill.com, buy one. This is the best gift you can get for someone this holiday time. This holiday, what holidays has happened? It's Christmas. This Christmas! Or Black Friday, Cyber Month, I don't know. Any of those things. Just go buy it. That's all I have to say. We're done. Outside of Dungeons & Dragons, there's a few other tabletop RPGs that are getting their own video game. Vampire the Masquerade is no stranger to video games. They have a bunch out, but there is Bloodlines 2 that is coming out in 2025. Bloodlines the Masquerade, the first one, was well received by critics and players, and the second one is highly anticipated for folks who love the franchise. Paizo, the publisher behind Pathfinder, is also looking forward to a new game coming next year. That is Pathfinder Abomination Vaults. This is the Pathfinder kind of moving into the direction of like a Diablo-style game, a hack and slash game. It's designed for up to 4 players and is really kind of designed to bring the tabletop RPG vibes to a kind of a hack and slash video game. Paizo has released a bunch of different games recently. They released one that was like a Vampire Survivor game. They released another kind of turn-based game. They're releasing this hack and slash game. So they're really exploring a lot of the different types of video game genres to expand the Pathfinder reach. And lastly, Mork Borg, the game. Now, we did talk about this a few weeks ago here on 10 Minute Tabletop. Now, Mork Borg has become a beloved style of tabletop role-playing games. In fact, we've seen Pirate Borg do hundreds of thousands of dollars on their last Kickstarter. The goal for the Mork Borg side-scrolling video game was $100,000, and they closed with $108,000 raised, which is a very, very small budget for a video game. The Mork Borg video game isn't set to release until Q4 2025. Now, I'm really looking forward to Mork Borg's side-scrolling video game. It seems like a lot of fun. It really feels like in the vein of Mork Borg, but a $100,000 budget feels like nothing. But I'm hoping with their dedicated crew, they'll be able to deliver come 2025. And those are all of the video games that are coming out that are based off of tabletop role-playing games. Obviously, Dungeons & Dragons is trying to release 1 to 2 every year moving forward, according to Chris Cox. We've talked before on this channel how Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast is making a huge push into digital. You can also see this. They actually got rid of the Dungeons & Dragons part of the Wizards website and are now redirecting everything to the D&D Beyond website. For example, if you wanted to go ahead and get some pre-made characters, you have to get pre-made characters from D&D Beyond, which requires you to sign up before. You could just go to the Wizards of the Coast D&D page and you could download a zip file of pre-made characters. And that's because they're really all in on digital, whether it be their digital tools or video games. Also, in the comments, I would love for you to tell me what tabletop role-playing game would you love to see a video game adaptation of? Kiwi, what about you? What do you want to see?
I do like the Werewolf the Apocalypse video games. But
there already is one.
Oh. There needs to be like a better one.
Needs to be a better one.
Yeah.
For me, I would love it if there was a maybe like an Alice is Missing video game, or if there was a Vaesen video game. I think that would be an absolute blast. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to share it with your friends, your family, or your enemies. You can also support the show by heading over to our Patreon at patreon.com/totalpartychill. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.